What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 76, part 2.
Dose.
Part 2. Duh.
Number 2.
Hot Shots part 2.
Number 2.
Episode 76, part 2 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves.
Yes.
We
We're
sure
going number 2
do.
here.
Today's Wednesday, May 1st, 2019. I'm your host, Ken Pescator, joined by my two co-hosts, Adam Tuttle and Melissa Pescator.
That's
Wait,
me.
is that us? Is that,
That
you?
is you.
That's me?
That is
That's
y'all
not Ken,
too.
That's you and me. Melissa.
That is
y'all
too.
I.
That's me.
Thanks to everyone that checked out part 1 of episode 76 with JTGily. Awesome guest.
Yes, he was a good guest.
He was great to have on. We did this a little bit different this week. Normally we record part 1, part 2 back to back. We took a little break this week, so we recorded part 1 with JTGily on Sunday. Now today's Wednesday, May 1st. And I'm glad we did, Adam.
Why?
Because, well, at the beginning of part 1, I made a joke that there wasn't shit going on in Pokemon Go and everyone was playing Draconius Go. Remember that joke?
The yoke?
Well, now, since recording that, a ton of shit has happened.
The
So
shit has hit the fan.
the proverbial shit has hit the fan. So we'll be able to break through all that. But a little housekeeping really quick.
I think the Shellos hit the fan.
Shh, don't break the magic.
Oh, sorry.
This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/gottawatchemall, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people.
It sure is.
And I want to give a huge shout out to our show supporter tier patrons, Brittany J, Jessica Matt, M Pitts, Terry, David, Chris, Sydney, Bacon L, who just messaged me saying she got a ticket to GoFest. The Noise, Harry, Poke Navbot, Purple Pancakes, Dem Gears Be Bangin', and a huge shout out to John this week for joining at the Discord tier.
Welcome,
Hey, y'all.
John.
I just sent both of them gifts.
See, we're already gifting it up, getting ready for Friday night fights. We're already building up some hype. I started talking about this with JTGily's portion of the show. Every Friday night, starting in 2 weeks, all of our Discord members are going to be getting together. We're going to be friending up, getting up to Ultra as fast as we possibly can, and then beating the shit out of each other with PvP battles on Friday nights. So if you want to get involved, $1 a month will get you access to the Discord and access to the league. And yeah,
Then you can get some.
we've got a couple great community members, including Lisa, who is managing our kind of master spreadsheet, keeping track of everyone's friend status, keeping it updated, getting on people's asses if they're not sending gifts. So we kind of fast track you into Ultra Friendship. Once you do that, we've already got a Silph tournament set up. You can enter the tournaments and get it on.
Let's get it on.
Let's get
Let's
it on.
do it.
So
Let's
excited
get
to
ready
launch that
to
in a couple weeks.
rumble.
We're getting it all prepped now. But thanks to all our patrons. We really appreciate it.
We do.
On today's show, we're going to get caught up with the Lake Trio. This is the big news that hit the fan since we recorded with Gilly. So we'll talk about all that. Also a potential accidental spawn that Adam was kind of just foreshadowing. Research breakthrough, egg pool shakeup, shiny Meltan, whole bunch of shit happening there. Earth Day bonuses have hit, and we crushed the goal. New moves have been added to the code. Adam had mentioned Blaze Kick last week, so we'll talk about that whole move pool and kind of speculate on that. And the Silph Arena 2.0 is here. Regional tournaments have been announced. The Nightmare Cup has been announced, and we'll kind of put together a party and do a little Nightmare Cup for Dummies talk and get everyone brought up to speed with how this meta is going to pan out. All right, the Lake Trio. This came out of freaking nowhere. Pokemon Go account put some tweets out kind of teasing that there was Professor Willow was looking for some new Pokemon in the wild. No one knew what the hell was going on, and then before we knew it, we started getting reports that the Lake Trio were spawning in the wild. So this is the first time that legendary Pokemon were spawning in the wild. Their rarity is beyond the rareness of an unknown. So they're exceptionally rare. So if you find one of these things, you're going to be exceptionally lucky. Now there's 3 of them: Azelf, Uxie, and Mesprit. Now we didn't know how this was going to roll out, if they were going to make these regionals, kind of when you have the pairings like this, you can either roll them out like, you know, the birds or the dogs, where you just spread them out over the months, or you release them all at once and kind of split it up. So it turns out that these are, in fact, regional Pokemon. Azelf in the Americas, Uxie in the Asia-Pacific region, and Mesprit in Europe. But again, these things are spawning in the wild. They have a 1% catch rate, so it's exceptionally difficult catch rate, harder than any other raid Pokemon, but because they're in the wild, you can use Ultra Balls. So that kind of balances things out.
Golden Raz.
And Golden Raspberries and all that good stuff. So, you know, you can really, really build up your, your ability to catch them. But fucking finding these things is what's going to be hard, because they spawn even more rare than unknown, and I've never seen an unknown in the wild.
Yeah.
I've
was
never seen
in
one
the
in the
presence of one spawning. I think I told a story on the show a bunch of episodes ago where one had spawned like in a residential area, and we were like, it was so bad. It was like in the middle of the night, we're running through people's yards and shit. It was like, it was bad. It was when the game first came out. It was the madness was real. I remember my buddy Phil like had a caravan with his kids sleeping in the car. He like parked it on the street and he's running through houses. He's like, I gotta get back to my kids. He's like, I left them in the car.
Oh, man.
Also, out of nowhere, Shellos appears in the wild for what, Adam? 15 minutes? 20 minutes?
Yeah, something like that. I remember it blowing up. And I'm just sitting in my house. I'm just like, I'll just get it in the morning. I know they did a late night, whatever. I'll just get it in the morning.
And
it's gone.
Then they took it away?
And it's gone.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
So that's why we think that this was like a something got screwed up with the release of the Lake Trio. This kind of came out accidentally. They hit the wrong switch. They leaned back on their desk and hit a button or something like that. Terry Wolf caught one. Terry Wolf caught the West Sea.
Yeah, well, I
Shellos.
think that they were both out in both parts.
Oh yeah, no, they were just everywhere, and
Yes.
then literally the reports of them just dropped off. So everyone was going fucking bonkers, like holy shit, what the hell is going on?
Mm-hmm.
And then they were just vanished. They were completely gone. So since recording with Gilly, we've got 3 new legendary Pokemon spawning in the wild. We had Shellos, both forms spawning in the wild. Now they're gone. The legendaries in the wild is freaking nuts. Like
Yeah.
this is really cool. This makes the raw hunt, because again, you're not shiny hunting, so you're not clicking on 100 of them hoping for that one shiny. This brings back that raw hunt where I find myself opening up my nearby all the time and looking at it and scanning it, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm paying more attention to just the generic hunt.
Yeah, there's
which
a big
I think has
lake
been missing from this game.
halfway to my house, so I'm like, come on, please. Let me see a shadow. Let me see a silhouette. Come on.
Exactly. I was like, I'll pull off the freaking highway. Like, I don't care where it is. Just like, but I'm aware of it. So I think this is cool how they did this. There is a lot of legendaries that are still need to be released. So it kind of makes sense that they kind of dump these out because they are regionals. It also mirrors the 3 Pokemon Go Fests. There's one in the Americas, one in Asia, one in Europe.
Okay.
So maybe they'll do something with GoFest where you can get all 3 of these at each GoFest event. Maybe they move regions, or maybe they'll be featured. Maybe the special research won't be Jirachi. Maybe it'll be for these guys. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
But we'll have to see there. But
Who knows?
I'm digging it. I think that this is freaking really cool and really fun. I like the idea of legendary Pokemon in the wild.
Yes.
I just think it's pretty cool.
And it makes them
And I'm
more
glad
rare.
that they made them so rare.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because even if they made it as rare as like a Lapras or a Snorlax, or that wouldn't be enough. You know what I mean? Too many people would have them. Like, this makes it truly, truly, truly special.
Yeah, and I don't know anybody in my group that has one, so, and I'm
Yeah,
sure the
it's
second they
exclusive as
do,
hell.
it's going to be blowing everybody up. Everybody's going to
Yeah,
get
exactly.
tagged. Let's go, let's go.
Yeah, a lot of everyone tags in Discord will be lit up like red team go, middle of the fucking night. And I appreciated the social media campaign that Niantic kind of put together for this, because it was pretty cool how they played out this narrative of Professor Willow looking for information, and then the official Pokemon Go account was replying to trainers that had posted pictures on social media, like tagging them. I think even Zoe Two Dots, they replied to her because she caught one, responded with like the eyeball emojis or something like that. Like they're really engaged on social with this campaign. So I think that was really cool. But man, if this has something to do with GoFest and we can get this in addition to Jirachi, that'd be fucking awesome.
They're not going to spoil us like that.
I know.
They might increase the spawns, but to get everybody in one spot at one time. Like if they needed us to get out of an area.
They force a stampede.
Yes. To get to one.
We need people out of this area now. It's like, quick, spawn one in the south corner, and it's like a fucking huge stampede.
Oh my God.
That'd be awesome.
I can't wait to.
But these Pokemon are not meta relevant. They're not going to be good attackers. They're, I'm not sure where they're going to fare in PvP, but from what I understand, the early look at it, the hot take is that they're fancy dex filler. So I don't care. Give me them legendaries. I want them. I want rare shit.
Yeah, I want them.
All right, Adam, why don't you go through this research breakthrough and egg shakeup? We've had a lot of details come out of things that are changing. We had 2 months of research that were the same. We had 2 months of research breakthroughs that were the same. And now it looks like there's been a pretty significant announcement of change.
All right, so new in the egg pool, we've got Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, and Bonsly hatching out of 2 kilometers. And out of 5 kilometers, we got Cubone, Combee, Weasel, Glameow, Bronzor, Skoropti, Krogunk. And then out of 10 kilometers, we've got Mawile, Absol, Shinx, Cranidos, Shieldon, and Ryulu.
Ooh, that's...
I hatched my second Riolu. I'm so happy.
I've been hatching tons of Bonsly.
It doesn't seem so exciting here with hearing about these Pokemon names because it seems that they just added Pokemon to the pool. So when you look at the grand scheme of things, like if you were to look up, like go to Leak Duck or something like that and pull up an infographic of the full egg pools, there is still a shit ton of Pokemon in each of these tiers. So even though you hear this good stuff like, oh, Cranidos, Shieldon, Riolu, this is great.
They're just adding this to the pool of what's already there.
There's still a lot of Pokemon. Like the 5K pool is still massive. The 7K pool, I guess hasn't changed. You're still going to have the Alolans and some of the babies. I mean, Bonsly is now up in the 2K, but I don't know. I'm kind of over hatching eggs. I don't know. It doesn't. I think,
if there was a way to choose what kind of eggs,
like more focused, right?
Yeah,
like I want to go after this
style,
Pokemon.
like a certain, like a water type or a fighting type, or
something you could influence.
just like
I think if they narrowed the pool,
because then you would be able
deleting eggs would be huge.
Yeah, because it would make you want to I only have regular incubators. You're like, I want 9 2Ks.
Or if you're going for 7Ks and you forget to that you've hatched eggs and you spin stops and you pick up some other shit and you're like, I fucked up my plan.
Right? Or if you do want the 2Ks and you only have a free incubator and you want to rock those out really quick, you can turn those over pretty fast.
Now, I think 10 Pokemon is probably the max you should have in an egg pool, and the lower you can get, the better, because then it's more focused. You say, oh man, I really want an Absol. I'm going to be hunting 10K eggs, and if you get 2K and 5K or 7K, you let us ditch them. So then you can, focus on stocking up on just one type so you can narrow your search. But
exactly.
But the thing with babies is you never know what you're going to get. Well, technically.
And then they changed the research breakthrough. This was exciting.
Well, this is a good one.
They hit the nail on the head for this because they gave us 4 Pokemon.
Yep.
We're going to get Lugia, Ho-Oh, Latios, and Latios. What do they all have in common? They can all be shinies.
Whee! They all fly.
Fun. Oh, yeah, they all fly.
But they could all be shiny. I think, dude, 4 Pokemon in the research breakthrough, sweet spot.
Right?
6, 8, too much.
I still don't have a Latias.
I don't have Latios or Latias.
The orange one that's shiny, I do not have that. So
I don't have either.
Severely in need of that one.
So I got played so hard on the last round of research breakthrough. I had one in the locked and loaded 2 days before the end of the month, and I'm like, do I hold off or do I cash it in now? I was like, you know what? Let me cash it in now. There's no chance I'm going to get a Suicune, right? Yeah. Fucking Suicune on the last day of the month. I was like, you son of a bitch. This was literally my 4th Suicune out of 5 research breakthroughs.
That's corny.
So mad. I would rather have fucking Regirock.
Dude, I got a Registeel.
I got a Regice.
I said to myself, am I able to hold on to this? I don't think so. I literally, it was like in there for probably like 7 hours, and I was like, I can't continue.
You gotta go.
I must press.
No.
And then I got a Registeel. I was like, all right. I was like, fine, I'll just open a Meltan box now.
Well, we have new Meltan news.
And Meltan can be shiny. It now went from 7 days down to 3. It's going to be from the 24th of April to May 5th. So we still have time. And you can get a shiny. I don't know why
how do you feel about this? This is a good conversation here. Like, they made this behind the wall. So it's not, typically when a shiny gets released, like out of Community Day or after a Safari Zone, it's a persistent thing. Once it's released, it's out there in the wild. It may not have the same rate as Community Day, but you could still get that shiny Totodile in the wild at 1 in 450. With Meltan, that was exclusively available during the window of the last Meltan box event they did that accelerated it from 7-day to 3-day cooldown. How do you feel about that? Like, I kind of like that, but I don't like it at the same time. I like it because it makes it more exclusive. You have to have your shit together. You have to do it. I've already been slacking on this. I've had 0 days on my Meltan box for 2 days.
Yep.
Totally.
Same here.
I'm blowing it.
I did get one shiny, so.
Me too. In my first box, I did get a shiny. But the problem is, when these shiny events are not going on, I don't even touch the frickin' Switch. Like, I don't even go back and open boxes on a regular basis because there's no chance of the shiny. Like, once they released the shiny, I was like, I only want the shiny. Oh, that's my reason now. I've already got, 1,600 freaking Meltan candy.
Well, that's
and
how they're
going
to continue doing this, so that you have a reason to play Let's Go Eevee. And
But why wouldn't they keep it like that all the time? So you're always playing.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Because eventually you'll have a
days.
bunch of shinies and you'll get tired of that too.
Yeah, I guess there was a guy in my group the other day that got 4 shiny Meltan out of one box with 3 of them in a row, which is absolutely insane. But the last time it was around, I got 1 shiny out of 76 Meltan that I saw, and then this time around on my 5th Meltan, I got the shiny. So I'll take it. You haven't done one yet.
No, I haven't done one yet.
I
did it the first time around. I didn't get one.
We should do that next, though. After this, we should get our boxes up. All right, Earth Day bonuses have arrived. This was pretty cool. The Earth Day window for people to take part and participate in Earth Day cleanups was April 13th through the 28th. They promised us that whatever rewards we did unlock would happen 48 hours within the end of the event. They actually wasted no time. To get the highest tier reward, we needed 7,000 trainers to participate. There was actually over 14,000 trainers that participated in these events. So we crushed the goal, unlocked Shiny Diglett,
You gotta leave it.
Yeah, Diglett. We gotta leave it.
Unlock Shiny Diglett, Groudon raids, 2 times catch Stardust for event Pokemon, 2 times catch Candy for event Pokemon. There was a little bit of an issue with this. Groudon is an event Pokemon, and he's not giving double candy right now. So that one's a little weird. I don't know why they didn't include him, but 428, this stuff just started rolling out, and there's freaking Diglets everywhere, and I got 2 shiny Diglets.
I got 2 shiny too.
Melissa got 2 shiny
Adam
Diglets.
got 2 shiny Diglets.
Oh, shit. That's the best. I had a desk spawn shiny today at work. So excited.
Look,
So now
we're
I
a
can
trio of
Trio. There was, I'm excited that Groudon came back, and I'll jump the shark a little bit here and talk about this because I had this in the miscellaneous news section. But Legendary Lunch Hour was announced early this morning for today at 5 p.m. and I got to take part in it. I was at work. Today's my late day at work, so I was working. So I took my lunch break at 5 p.m. and was able to do 7 Groudon raids, and my first 2 raids were back-to-back shinies. I was like, what the hell is going on? The people, we had a 40-person, 57 account, 40-person, 57 account raid train today for Legendary Lunch Hour. It was nuts. We couldn't keep up. We ended up having to break up into like 2 or 3 groups, and we were racing each other to like the next gym because the lobbies were filling up so quick. People didn't want to wait. It was awesome. And we ended up doing 7. And I went 5 for 7 with 2 shinies, so I was very excited. And Adam, I know you were working for Legendary Legendary Dinner Hour.
I was just looking in the chats, watching people go from raid to raid.
But anyway, these Earth Day bonuses are live right now. They go through May 2nd, so tomorrow, I'm going to try to get this podcast out tomorrow on the 2nd. But yeah, by the time you hear this, they'll be pretty much wrapped up or just have wrapped up. Yeah, new shinies. Now, I don't know if Shiny Diglett's going to stick around. Maybe they might do this like Meltan.
Where they do that? They got to stop doing that.
I don't know, because
the regular Pokemon, just leave them. I mean, the Meltan, I understand.
Meltan's a little special.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the way the verbiage was on the landing page was kind of like this was, during the reward window, you could, potentially catch Shiny Diglett. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a temporary thing, but I don't care because I got my 2. Oh, snap. Yeah. All right. New moves have been added to the code. This is kind of the tinfoil hat section because we've had moves in the game in the code for 12 months before they actually make their way out to the actual, the game itself. So take all this stuff with a grain of salt, but there is some pretty cool stuff in here. Some of the moves are signature moves for certain Pokemon. Adam, why don't you run us through some of the ones here? Anything stand out to you from this list? Run through them.
Octazooka, because that's Octillery's but I'll run through the list. So Superpower, which is a fighting move. Earth Power, which is a ground move. Leech Life, which is a bug move. Drain Punch, fighting. Skull Bash, normal. Crab Hammer, water. Lunge is bug. Crash Claw, which is normal. Octazooka, like I said. Mirror Shot, which is steel. Fell Stinger, which is bug. Shadow Bone, which is ghost.
That's a Alolan Marowak's move.
Yes. And then Razor Shell is water. Muddy Water is water. Blaze Kick is fire, which that is got to be the Community Day move.
So yeah, I'm with you there. I think Blaze Kick will be Blaziken's move. It makes total sense that that they'll do that. I don't think we'd see a Blast Burn Blaziken. I think Blaze Kick makes much more sense. But these other moves, who knows when they're going to hit? Maybe they're kind of foreshadowing future Community Days. Who knows?
Now, Leech Life is a move that drains life.
Great point, because almost all of these moves have some additional effect in the main series game. Whether it's going to be something like we see with Power Up Punch, where you're going to have an increase of a stat. It could be something like Ominous Wind, where you can see a decrease in a stat. But something like Leech Life heals. So that's a mechanic that we've never seen before, where you can actually rob health from someone. You do damage to your opponent and then heal yourself. Maybe they employ that in the game. I think that'd be freaking cool and could potentially be, a very, very nice meta-bending move in PvP. And again, this stuff would, for the most part, probably have to remain exclusive in PvP because, if everyone's using Leech Life against a raid boss the whole time, it could kind of skew the way that works. But Octillery is looking to be a beast, but who knows when these moves are going to hit? Like, I think the first one we're going to see is Blaze Kick. That's coming up soon. But these others, who knows? Well, but keep an eye on them.
You know how they do those the special task days or whatever?
Like Lotad Day?
Yes. I think we could see like a Rem Raid day, and then that's how we get Octazooka.
Yeah. See, that's cool. Like, I hope they do stuff like that, because I like when one event influences another, and then they do different types of things in addition to the event itself. It's like, hey, you can do this event. This is the exclusive thing of that event, and it's not a shiny. So it makes it exciting, because the whole conversation of shinies as content is big online right now. Like, are shinies content? Are we just spoiled? Like, have shinies gone too far? Like, do we need a shiny to be associated with an event for us to think that it's a successful event? I don't know.
It's just that it's the freaking cherry on top of the delicious icing on top of the cupcake.
Yeah.
It's all delicious, and then that shiny is just a special little thing on top.
But it's like, I feel that when there's an event, you could have like triple Stardust and then a shiny released. You're going to be more excited about the shiny. It just seems weird. I don't know. It's a good conversation. Let us know how you guys feel about it. Are shinies content? Do you give a shit? Do you want a shiny with every...
Yes, they do. They care. They do.
They
want them.
But it just becomes this culture of shiny checks. And it's like...
I wish they would just slow down for a little bit.
If you're freak players like you two fuckers, and like some of the people in our Discord, I love you all. But, like, if you obsess about it, then yeah, it's going to become boring. But if you're as a casual, it's like...
Well, the first Diglett you clicked on, you said, at the event.
Yeah,
they do that shit to you.
I literally opened up my game.
That made it exciting for me, because I don't see shinies that often, and then all of a sudden...
Was it like a moment?
Yeah, and I think the last event I got played. What was the last event? I actually played and I didn't get one. We were at Surf Taco or something. Oh my God, it was literally the last one.
See, too many shiny events. I don't even know what the fucking event was, because there's too many. It's just shiny after
Adam,
shiny.
Why are you not chiming in?
Do I have to look at my fucking...
Yeah, we got to look at our fucking phones.
God,
hold on.
Jeez Louise. This is ridiculous. So I'm sorry, peoples.
Search shiny,
search by time. Shuckle.
Oh, we're doing
I got
Shuckle.
my two shinies back to back, within 6 minutes of Shuckle.
Yep.
So
I didn't get the bag on one.
Fuckle. No, Shuckle. SHU.
By the way, people, I traded my second shiny Shuckle to Melissa.
What?
So.
No, you didn't. Yeah. Did you really?
What?
When did you do that? I don't remember that.
See? You see what happens when she drinks wine? You see? She makes me give up my shinies, and she doesn't even care.
Oh, wait, here's a Sandshrew. That could be shiny, right?
If you get a shiny right now. No. See, no. Let's stop. We got to right the ship. We got to right this ship. We're getting off track here, people. Jeez, get a little shiny talk in you and you get all antsy in your pantsy.
Oh, you did chant.
No, we get a little
shiny in your hiney.
That's the golden raspberry.
That is the golden raspberry. All right, Silph Arena Regionals have been announced. This is big because
BIG.
This is really cool. The Silph Arena 2.0 has been released. Global leaderboards have been released. Local community leaderboards have been released. Actually, I don't even know if it happened. It was supposed to go out today. I think invites for regionals are happening this week. And there's 177 regional locations globally. Here for me, I have one happening in New York City, one happening in Philly, both on Saturdays. I can't go, which sucks. But from my community, the New Jersey Silph Arena community, I believe I'm going to have 2 competitors from my community, and I have a total of 67 competitors in my roster for New Jersey Silph Arena. So 2 of the 67 are going to be getting invites to regionals, I believe. So I'm very excited. Fingers crossed. I really, really, really hope so, because I want to see them do well, because they take it real seriously. But we're still unsure how it's all going to work with the regionals, but you're going to be able to, the rule set is going to be every Pokemon that has been available to use in a previous cup, you're going to be able to use in the regionals. So, ground, rock, steel, fighting, dark, poison, fairy, ghost, ice, electric, flying, fire, or dragon Pokemon can be used in regional tournaments. This is going to make a exceptionally diverse and big meta, and I cannot wait to see how this pans out. I'll be all over all the PvP channels watching this shit.
Yeah.
And this Saturday, May 4th, may the 4th be with you, I'm going to be hosting a Pokemon Go PvP roundtable live on YouTube at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So, check the description for that link. Hope to see you there. Hang out with the chat. We're going to have Poke Battler. We're going to have PV Poke, Maddie F Baby. Ryan Swag is going to be there. Zionic is going to be there. So it's going to be fun. We have all the pretty much the biggest names in PvP are going to be joining. So it should be a freaking blast. I'm hyped. I can't wait. I hosted my last Kingdom Cup of the month last Sunday, and Silph Arena went down in the middle of the tournament. There was like a global outage. Too many people doing tournaments. It's amazing how big Silph Arena is becoming. And they got their shit together, and we were able to squeeze the tournament out. It took about an extra hour and a half than it normally should have. It's just amazing how the community is coming together and doing something independently that's kind of, it seems like a first party effort. It's so organized, so well put together. It's like you wonder, like, has Niantic missed the boat here? Like, has this ship sailed? I don't know. Silph Arena is just doing such a fucking amazing job. I don't know if anyone really is going to be able to touch
take over. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, couple bits of miscellaneous news before we dig into the Nightmare Cup a bit. Pokemon Festa and Go Week in South Korea is a thing. They're going to be doing pop-up stores, that cool Pikachu parade where they have all the people in Pikachu things doing the synchronized parade.
Do that here.
I know, right? Boosted Wailmer and Combi spawns. Corsola and Unknown will be breaking, or Corsola will be breaking region, and Unknowns will be spawning as well. I'm sure they'll spell Festa or something like that. Go Fest tickets are a thing. Let's talk about this for a second.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on,
so the lotto has been going.
We got to check our emails.
I ain't got shit. I'm not stressed out. I'm not stressed out about it.
I don't have anything.
We're spoiled because we get media passes. Thank you so much, Niantic. We appreciate that because it takes the stress off our asses here of this. But I have seen people crumbling emotionally on Twitter, checking the fucking email every 2 seconds because it's literally, we're at the point now where certain days, certain gates are selling out. And people are fucking stressed like crazy. And I feel you. So, Adam, we had this phone conversation the other night. It was a good conversation. I want to kind of recap it here. We were talking about in 2018, when the tickets went on sale and they were sold out, and, the majority of tickets were gone in like 7 minutes. I think by 20 minutes, the whole system was shut down. If you got it within the first 20 minutes, if you didn't, you were done. It was like a Band-Aid getting ripped off. So if you didn't get the tickets, at least your suffering only lasted 20 minutes. Now this suffering is going on for days and days and days, and people are just losing their shit. But at the same time, you also get to see like these bursts of excitement when they get their emails and they post it on like every platform and with 100 hashtags tagging everyone they know, like flipping out. It's like,
Yeah.
Like,
you know,
who can
I
I
get the
invite?
golden ticket. Like,
And then it's
exciting.
also a lot of the like community people are just like, hey, who else can I invite? So
sure.
I don't know. I feel like it's bringing the community together, even though everybody wants tickets.
It's tearing it apart.
Yeah, no. And what's cool too is like you had to book travel already. Like it's crazy that the tickets are still up in the air, but so much travel has already been booked because you're either going to have a ton of cancellations or you're going to have a lot of people going to Chicago eating pizza and not going to
Yep, and
GoFest.
hanging outside.
So I don't know.
Waiting for treats.
Yeah, exactly.
Begging for treats.
Raiding outside of the park. I wonder if raids are going to be in the park. I hope so. I want to do fucking raids.
Not
But-
in the park, probably.
Yeah.
No, I know raids were kind of scarce last year.
Well, remember they weren't in the park at all. Remember they shut them down because of the server issues.
Yep.
Yep. I just want that Korean barbecue spot so I can get those cold noodles.
Ooh, those were
Shit
good.
was good. That shit was so good. Yeah, so GoFest Ticket Madness is a thing. It's in full swing right now. Best of luck to everybody. You know, I hope you guys get them. I really do. Friday night, the 14th in Chicago, we're going to be hosting a podcast meetup. Location to be announced. GoCast Chris is in the process of scouting locations. We should have this
Chris.
locked down in a week. Yes, he's local. He lives in Chicago, so it's great.
Can you bring
but
your
we should
cat?
have more info.
I want to hang out with your cat.
You want to hang out with this cat so bad.
I don't know anything about the fucking cat.
They have a cat, and they talk about the cat on the podcast because the cat sometimes jumps on their face when they're podcasting, and it's like Adam just always talks about this cat.
I like cats.
You need Adam, you need a
There's
cat.
no, seriously. There's an adoption thing this Saturday, and I don't know what to do.
Oh, no.
no.
I want a cat.
Don't do it. Don't go. You will come home.
Adam's
with
the
a furry
type of guy that
friend.
will go to the store and leave with
You
like
will
3,000
come home
Pokemon
with
things.
a-
You're going to end up going getting like, I brought a litter of kittens home.
It's like, well, I saw this one kitten, and then I was
It looked
going
at
to
me
leave,
the
and
right
then I found
way,
out it
and
had a brother, and I just couldn't leave
And
the
then
brother.
its brother had a sister, and I was like, all three of you guys, you have a home. I will take.
No,
all
but
of you.
hopefully we'll have information on the meetup soon. I'm going to be building like an event page, Evite system, all that stuff to make it legit because we're going to have to kind of keep our head count in check because we are going to be renting out a venue, so we have to make sure that this will be indoors. And last year's was pretty rowdy, and the bar was really cool. We had Pokemon music playing all night at the bar for 4 hours. It was a lot of fun, but we were at capacity, so. We're trying to find a venue that could fit, a good amount of people that will allow us to kind of shut it down for the night. So if you're coming, bring your wallet so you can buy lots of drinks and make the venue happy.
Yes.
Okay, we talked about Legendary Dinner Hour. Let's check in with Go Ranger really quick. It's more important than ever to kind of be on top of this shit because you just have all these overlapping events. Earth Day rewards are going to be ending tomorrow. Shiny Meltan another 3 days. We are in the middle of the Go Snapshot Habitat Challenge. You have another week for that. There's been some really, really cool ones coming out already. Make sure you use hashtag GoSnapshot and hashtag Habitat Challenge in your entries. Did you see JC Pop Punk Pokemon? Did you see his buddy Pokemon pictures?
Oh
Yes.
my god,
Drinking from the straws.
I can't. It's
He's
the
the
cutest
greatest.
thing ever.
He's the greatest. It was so good.
And then also like some of the tasks have changed. Like I transferred 3 Pokemon thinking it was going to be a Vulpix, and it was a Shuppet.
Well, actually, there was a rotation. You can get. Oh shit, that's right. Shiny Seal came out today out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
They announced that, just finding it in the wild. You can get that from the Capture 5 Water Pokemon task. This game has become the fucking shiny game. I don't know how I
Yep.
feel about it.
It is the shiny game. It's
I
like
like it.
we just got spoiled from Diglett and Groudon. Like, come on, we don't need. And we got Shuckle and we got Lapras. It's like, come on.
I don't
slow
know.
it
It's a
down.
lot.
I haven't
It's
even
a
been able
lot.
to find one of those freaking.
But there is a lot of Pokemon, though. That's
Give it
the
to me.
thing. There's a lot of Pokemon. There's a lot of Pokemon. But I
get it.
I know. All right, let's talk about the Nightmare Cup really quick. This is going to be coming from Game Press GG.
Oh god, this is a nightmare.
This is a cool one. Psychic Dark Fighting. First three type meta. No legendaries.
Yeah,
no
but you can't-
Sableye.
Yeah, you can't use
no
Sableye.
Medicham.
I don't want to play.
Can't use Sableye.
I like my Sableye.
You do love Sableye.
No. So we're going to look at a couple different resources here. So As far as total strategy, I've been using Game Press. When it comes to my lists, I typically will use two resources, Pokebattler and PvPoke. The interesting thing about it is they have different algorithms that they use to build their simulations to create their lists. So if you use more than one resource, which I definitely recommend, you end up getting a nice, broad, vivid picture of the meta that's a little bit more open and diverse, and it kind of will prepare you for all the different options out there. Because if you only study the meta based on one source, you could be pigeonholing yourself and leave yourself open to being surprised, because there's some Pokemon on one list that aren't even on the other. So first, looking at Pokebattler's well-rounded list using random shields, you have all these different parameters you could set. The best all-around Pokemon: Skuntank, Umbreon, Alolan Muck, Drapion. Drapion seems pretty awesome. Honchkrow, Alolan Grimer, Lucario, Murkrow. Okay, so you got that list, right? Now check out PvPoke's default list. Spiritomb. Spiritomb's only weak to Fairy in this whole meta here. So Spiritomb is a defensive powerhouse. Toxicroak, Alolan Raichu, Shiftry, Skuntank, Hypno, Lucario, Machamp. So some crossover, but you have Pokemon that are, like Shiftry. Zionic put out a video all about Shiftry, of how great this thing is. King, I know, put out a video about Drapion. There's so much content out there. I recommend everyone check it out. Get schooled on this shit, because this is a very rock, paper, scissors meta with not a lot of room for error. So you need to know your types. You need to know your resistances if you want to remain competitive in this meta, because you're going to have a lot of blowout scenarios where you could potentially, bring a Pokemon in and just get fucking absolutely crushed. The Pokemon can pretty much be broken up into a couple different categories. You're going to have your psychic Pokemon like Hypno, Claydol, Xatu, Bronzong. You have your fighting Pokemon, Poliwrath, Hitmonchan, Blaziken, Toxicroak. You've got your Poison, Dark, with the Skuntank, Umbreon, Alolan Raticate, Alolan Muck, Drapion. Then you kind of have Spiritomb all on its own here. It's a very, very small but very direct meta. So there's just so much going. It's 3 types, and there's so much going on. It just, after coming off the Kingdom Cup where you had this wide open, diverse thing, now you're narrowing it down to 3. You have exemptions. I just love where this is going. So we put together some early parties. Guys, we haven't had a battle party in fucking weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, does this mean
we all just stopped.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're all just waiting for it. I'm getting Melissa's giving the side eye, just waiting for it. Adam, you want to lead the charge?
Okay. Battle party. Woo woo. Battle party. Woo woo.
Ah, felt good.
Actually, we were pretty good that time.
That was actually in sync. So let me talk about the Pokemon that I'm going to bring here.
All right, let's talk about the Pokemon you're going to bring.
Lucario, I've got a powered up Lucario from the Kingdom Cup, so that's just going to be good. Power up punch is a lot of fun to use. Toxicroak, also had from previous meta. Gallade, Skuntank. I'm actually happy to use a Skuntank. I only have that one Spiritomb, just like everybody else, from the special research over Halloween. I'll bring that, and I have a solid Umbreon. So Lucario, Toxicroak, Gallade, Skuntank, Spiritomb, Umbreon. Little diversity in there, but I like the Lucario. Melissa, what do you got?
I'm bringing different shit. I'm bringing Machamp, Hariyama, Umbreon, and my Alolan Muck. And I have a pretty good Murkrow and a Claydol, because he's ugly and you never get to use him.
So fighting types are good. I like the Umbreon call. Claydol is a tanky bitch, and Murkrow is annoying. So you could definitely grief some people with this lineup here. But I like the 2 fightings, Machamp and Hariyama. You can switch it up there, but interchange those 2 for your fighting filler. So nice. Adam, what do you got?
I've got Dustox, Tentacruel, Slowking, Houndoom, Matang, and Lunatone.
Lunatone?
Right? Isn't he psychic? He's
yeah,
psychic.
but is that relevant? Okay, Lunatone. Cool.
It's probably not. I just looked at everything that was closest to 15, and Matang is legit.
You see, now this is interesting here.
At 15.
So when you built this party out, you weren't using any resources like Pokebattler or PvPoke or Psionic or any of them,
I'm the
right?
rogue.
But that's what makes this cool, because look at these Pokemon. They're all eligible. but they're all different. You know what I mean? Like Metang, like all right, cool.
Were you expecting my silver wing Dustox?
Yes. No, see, but that's cool. I kind of like that, and I end up seeing this at my tournaments because I could tell who's done prep, who's done mock battles, who's done sims, and who's just like scrolling down to 1500 by CP and picking whatever's closest to the top. That's sorting by type. So
well, I'm also looking at like what's 100% as well. So
yeah, man, but you don't want to bring the 100%. Melissa had a hard time understanding this too. Like,
yes, but what if the 100%? Like I have an electrode that's $14.99.
Okay, so that's like a similar scenario to like Bastiodon, you know what I mean, or certain Pokemon that like Medicham. You want a perfect Medicham because a perfect Medicham powered up is under 1500. So those are exceptions, but most cases, if the Pokemon is like a powered up, level 40 powered up is over 2500 or something like that, it's not going to be a good Pokemon for PvP because it's going to be too low a level, only at 1500. So it's a paradigm shift. It's a paradigm shift. But all right, y'all, we can wrap it up, yo. We can wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up,
B. Adam, you got anything else?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think we're good.
Well, all right then. Well, then I'm going to call this an episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please check out luredup.com for everything that we're doing. Leave us a review in iTunes. We would greatly appreciate that.
Greatly appreciate it.
I think you can leave reviews in Stitcher now, too. So if you're using the Stitcher service, please leave us a review. Email us, info@luredup.com. You can leave us a voicemail at 732-835-8639. Make sure you check out our PvP Roundtable this Saturday night on YouTube. Link will be in the description. But until next time, folks,
catch them all.
keep training, trainers.
Green on,
go lure
trainer.
up some lures. Go use your lures. Go make things lured up.
Squeeze your lures. Ew.
Squeeze your lures. All right, good night. Good night.